Guys, let me know if I'm audible to you or not. Hey guys, let me know if I'm audible to you or not. Hello. Okay, so we'll be talking about the MACT practice session. So we'll be discussing a few problems and how we can solve the problems under 30 seconds. That will be our agenda, okay, for the class. Uh, so I'll just wait for a couple of minutes for us to join in, and then I'll start off. Till then, if those of you who are online, if you're having any doubts, just post it in the comment section, okay? Okay, so before starting off with today's class, introduction about myself. I'm Shauna Kundu. I am a 99.97 percentile in Quant, and I have a 99 plus percentile in CAT. I have been teaching for around 4 years for CAT, GMAT, and Bank PO Quant and DILR. Okay, so as I've discussed at the beginning of the class, I'll give you a few problems, and you need to solve those problems under how many minutes? 1 minute. Okay, it will be appreciated if you can solve the problem under 30 seconds. And once the problem is done, please comment it in the comment section, those of you who are watching it live. Okay, so here comes the first question. Question number 4, try to solve it. And if you think option A is right, please comment option A in the comment box. If you think option B is right, comment option B in the comment box. Those of you who are watching it live, please try to solve the problem. And if you think option A is right, comment option A. And if you think option B is right, comment option B, and accordingly. Okay, so the question which is there says that two different two-digit numbers are written beside each other such that the larger number is written on the left when the absolute difference of the two numbers is subtracted from the four-digit number so formed. The number obtained is 5481. Find the sum of the two digits of the number. Okay, and guys, please expect some delay because there is a delay of like 10 seconds between your comment, because between you typing the comment and I seeing it. So if you are having any doubts or if you are having any issues, just wait for 1 minute, like 30 seconds, and it will be resolved. The question is, two different two-digit numbers are written beside each other such that the larger number is written on the left when the absolute difference of the two-digit numbers are like two numbers is subtracted from the four-digit number so formed. The number obtained is 5481. What is the sum of the two-digit numbers? What is the sum of the two digits number? So if you think option A is the right answer, please comment option A, those of you who are watching it live. Okay, 72 Gulshan. Gaurav, the question is the part of the question which is not visible says that so the first line is that larger number is written on the left. Second line is from the four digit number so formed. Okay, these are the two lines which were not clear. The first line says that the larger number is written on the left. The second line says that from the four digit number. Okay, now try to solve it, guys. Gulshan, can you please check your calculation once? Option A. Okay, what about others? I'll just wait for 1 more minute and after that I'll start up with explanation. Okay, guys. So here the question says that the numbers that we have two-digit numbers, right? Out of them, the larger number is written on the left hand side, and the smaller number obviously is written on the right hand side, right? Now, what is happening is that when the four-digit number so formed, so let's say if we are having two numbers AB and CD, okay, AB is larger than CD, so AB will be written on the left hand side of the four-digit number and CD will be written on the right hand side of the four-digit number. Now the question is that when I'm subtracting the difference between AB and CD from the number ABCD, the difference is turning out to be 5481. So I just need to find out what are the sum of the two numbers. Okay, so let's say if we have the numbers, I'll just write it over here. If we have the numbers AB and CD, so AB is greater than CD, let's say. Okay, so when I have written AB on the left hand side of CD and when I've subtracted AB and CD, let's assume this to be x, and when I'm subtracting x from abcd, I'm going to get 5481. So from here one thing is very clear, guys, that the AB number has to be 55. Look, it cannot be 54 because if it is 54, then CD has to be a number which is more than 54. Then by definition, which says that the larger number is written on the left, it is not going to get followed. So 54 should not be the value of AB. Now you might say that 56 can also be the value. Okay, so if we are having a number which is, let's say, 56 YY, okay, something like that, 56 and after that two digits, and from that if I subtract a two-digit number, let's call it XX, it will never give me a number which is equal to 5481 because the difference between these two numbers is more than 100. Okay, so even 56 is not possible, only 55 is possible. The trick is to catch this thing only, that the larger of the two numbers is going to be 55. Okay, the larger of the two number is going to be 55 only. Now once we have obtained that the larger of the two numbers is 55, now my task is to find out the sum of the two digit numbers. Now here I'll be going via the options. Okay, so let's assume that option A is right. Let's assume that option A is right. So if option A is right, the smaller number has to be 15. Let's say option B is right, then the smaller number has to be 16. Similarly 17 and 18. Now let's try to form the numbers. So the numbers here are 55, 15. Now if I assume option A to be true, then 55, 15 is the number. Now if I'm subtracting the difference between 55 and 15 from 5515, I'll be getting how much? Minus 40. So if I subtract 40 from 5515, it will end with 5, which is not there in the question. In the question it says it ends with 1. Hence option A is not the right answer. Clear, Gaurav? Why option A is not the right answer? Now let's go to option B. Now in that case 5516 is the number, and the difference between 55 and 16 is equals to how much? 39. Now when I'm subtracting 39 from 5516, I'm getting a number that ends with 7. Again option B is not the right answer. Now let's move on to option C. Option C says that the sum of the two numbers is 72. Okay, so the numbers have to be 5517, and the difference between these two is 38. So when I'm subtracting 38, sorry, from 5517, I am going to get how much? A number that ends with 9. So even option C is not the right answer. Now let's go to option D now. So option D says that the sum of the two numbers is 73. I already have 55, so the number is going to be 5518. The difference between these two is equals to how much? The difference between these two is equals to 37. Now when I'm subtracting 37 from 5518, I am getting 5481 as the number. Hence option D satisfies the question. So option D is the right answer. So in some of the question, a part of the question will be cleared through the conditions given in the question, and the remaining part, or the total answer, will be obtained by checking if option A is right, or option B is right, option C is right, or option D is right. Okay, clear guys? Let me know if you have any doubt. I'll just wait for 30 seconds. If you have any doubts, then I'll move on to the next question. And guys, please expect some delay between your question and my response, because there is a delay of 10 seconds between me saying something and you guys seeing me saying that. Okay, chalo, next question. Choose the option that you think is right. Okay, so the question says that a certain number of cricket balls are purchased for rupees 450. Five more balls have been, like, if five more balls have been purchased for the same amount if each ball was cheaper by 15 rupees. Okay, find the number of balls purchased. So the question says that I have total 450 rupees to purchase cricket balls. Okay, now पांच और ज्यादा बॉल हम खरीद सकते थे अगर हर एक बॉल का प्राइस 15 rupees कम होता तो find out the number of balls purchased. We could have purchased 5 more balls if the price of each balls are cheaper by 15 rupees. The question is find the number of balls purchased. Is it clear now? Shantanu, Gulshan, VT. I'll repeat the question. A certain number of cricket balls are purchased for rupees 450. 5 more balls could have been purchased for the same amount if each ball was cheaper by 15 rupees. Find the number of balls purchased. Choose the option that you think is right. So if you think option A is right, comment option A, and if you think option B is right, comment option B, and so on. Okay, 25. Gulshan, let's say if you have picked one option, so according to you, option D is right. Do one thing, like do a sanity check, like if the option that you have chosen is right or wrong. And one way of doing it is that let's say if you have chosen option B to be the right answer, so the number of balls purchased is 25, which means the number of which means the price per ball is how much? 450 by 25. Okay, so see, if I reduce the price of the ball by 15 from the current price, am I going to get 5 more balls or not? Maybe sometimes people commit some calculation error. If you do this kind of small checks, it will be easier for you to see if you have chosen the right option or wrong. It takes hardly 5 seconds. I'll wait for 30 more seconds and then I'll start up with the solution. Till then you can try and choose the option that you think is right, guys. Those of you who are watching it live, please comment the right answer, or please comment the answer that you think is right. Okay, so we'll solve the problem using two ways. The first way is that the simple linear equation way. Let's assume that the price of the ball, like price of each of the ball is x rupees. So if I reduce the price of the ball by 15 rupees, the new price is x minus 15. Now, if the new price of the ball is x minus 15, then I will be able to purchase 5 more balls. So 450 by x minus 15 minus 450 by x is equals to 9. Now if you try to solve this equation, you'll be able to find out the value. Okay, or the other way is that you can simply put the values of x. Now if you see that if I put x equals to 15 over here as mentioned by option A, then in that case this term is going to give me 450 by 0, which is not possible. So option A is clearly wrong, or any value of x which is equal to or less than 15, that's also wrong. So option A and C are clearly ruled out. Now left with option B, D and E. Now let's assume x to be equal to 20. So x is equals to 20. Now I'll be plugging in the value of x equals to 20 over here to see if option B is right. So if x is equals to 20, then I'll be getting 450 by 5 minus 450 by 20. Now this 450 by 20, this term is also not a integer, so obviously I won't be getting 9 over here. So even option B is wrong. So I need to choose the numbers that are factors of 450, and at the same time it satisfies the equation. So I'm left with now uh, D and E. Okay, so I'm choosing the value of x over here, right? So now if I choose x is equal to, x is the price, right? X is the price. Now if I choose x is equals to 30, okay, and x minus 15 is equals to 15, then you will see that the number of balls that I have purchased is equals to 15, and here it is 30. So clearly it is not also equals to 15. So there are different ways to solve the problem. One way is that I can solve the problem directly from here. The other way is that I'll go with the options. There is another way which we can implement over here. The difference between the two prices is 15, and I have told you that the numbers that we need to have will be a factor of 450. Now basically I need to choose the factors of 450 which are having a difference of 15. So I can think of three such numbers: 15, 30, 45. Okay, so now I can have two such pairs. So either the initial price of the ball is 30, now the final price is 15, or the initial price of the ball is 45, the final price is 30. Okay, so let's go with the first case. The initial price is 30, the final price is 15. So if I go by that case, I'll be getting 450 by 30 minus 450 by 50. So this difference is going to be equal to 15, right? But if I go with this particular pair, 45 and 30. Let's say that the initial price of the ball is 45 rupees per ball. Now after reducing the price by 15, I am going to get it by at 30 rupees. So now previously I used to get 10 balls, now I am getting 15 balls. Now 10 and 15, the difference is 5, which is matching with the criteria of the question, 5 more balls. Hence the initial price is 45, so I can purchase 10 such balls. Okay, question 25 is not the right answer. Now let's move on with question number 6. Similar kind of question was asked in MACET. For those of you, if the question is not clear, I'll just make a slight change over here. Just a second. I'll make a slight change. I think now it should work. Yeah. Try to solve the problem. Similar kind of problem was asked in MACET 18. Choose the option, guys, that you think is right out of the 5. Yeah, that thing I am going to discuss, Shantanu. I'll just wait for 30 more seconds for this to uh, solve. Okay, so guys, see, I'm going to solve the problem without even touching pen and paper. So this kind of problems look slightly lengthy, and when we see that one particular problem is lengthy, one thing that we relate that okay, this problem is difficult, but in most of the cases it doesn't. And talking about the most of the arithmetic problems, they are going to be lengthy, like lengthy in terms of the question itself is going to be lengthy. Now how to tackle this kind of problems? uh, One way is that when you are reading the question, start analyzing it. So for example, in this particular problem, we have Ranajay has distributed his total savings among his son, daughter, and wife. Okay, so in my mind, I have Ranajay's total asset as 100x. His wife will get 40% of his total savings, so his wife gets 40x. As soon as I'm reading it, in my mind I'm storing that his wife gets 40x. His son will get 60% of the remaining amount. Okay, so his wife gets 40x, the remaining amount is 60x, and his son gets 60% of that. So 60% of 60x is 36x. Okay, and his daughter will get the remaining amount. So his daughter gets 60 minus 36x, that is 24x. So now we have the case where Ranajay's wife gets how much? His wife gets 40x, Ranajay's son gets 36x, and his daughter gets 24x. Okay. Later, his son decides to donate 10% of his money to the old age home, and the old age home gets this amount of money. So Ranajay's son has 36x amount of money with him, and he decides to donate 10% of that. That means 3.6x is donated to the old age home. Okay, and that 3.6x is equals to 3.6 lakhs. So x is equals to 1 lakh. So 100x is equals to 1 crore. So Ranajay in total had 1 crore or 100 lakhs of savings. Okay. Now the question is, what is the difference between Ranajay's wife and daughter's share? So Ranajay's wife gets how much? His wife gets 40x, that is 40 lakhs, and his daughter gets how much? 24x, that is 24 lakhs. So 40 minus 24 is going to give me 16 lakhs. So option B is right. Without even touching the pen and paper, I have solved it. How? As soon as I started reading the question, I started processing it in my mind. In this way you can reduce the amount of time that you will actually invest to solve the problem after reading the problem, like after reading the question. Clear, Shantanu? And in MECT the questions are going to be easy only. It's not like that type problem where the problems are difficult, they are lengthy also. So it's going to be simple only. So it's all about reading the problem, and as soon as you started to read the problem, start analyzing it as well. Okay, the calculations are not going to be like lengthy, and it is easier to solve. And similar kind of problem was asked in MACT 18. I just changed the numbers, I changed the scenario also a bit, but you can expect this kind of problems as the level 2 problem of MACT. Okay, now let's solve the next question. And guys, those of you who have been following me for some time on YouTube, I have told you that in MACT we'll be having 10 such questions, around 10 questions of quadratic equations, and these kind of questions can be solved under 20 seconds easily. And if the equations are simple enough, we can solve it under 10 seconds also. And these are the questions which are going to save your time. So on an average we should be investing 45 seconds per question. These questions will help us to save 30 seconds, or even 30, like 25 seconds to 30 seconds per question, and we'll be having 10 such questions, around 10 such questions. So try to solve these questions and the number series problems as early as possible. Spot them and try to solve them. Okay, those of you who are watching it live, please comment. Hi Rohit, please comment your answer. So if you think option A is right, comment option A. If you think option C is right, comment option C. Okay, chalo. I think I should not be giving much more time for these kind of questions. Look guys, some of you might get confused between x greater than y, x less than y, or something like that. Okay, so what is the ideal case for here? Just a second. uh, let's say I am having two values of x, x1 x2, and two values of y, y1 and y2. ठीक है, मेरे पास x का दो वैल्यूज है रोहित. ओके, आई विल स्पीक इन हिंदी. x के x का दो वैल्यूज है, x1 और x2. y का दो वैल्यूज है, एंड हम लोग ये जो x1 x2 जो वैल्यूज है, y1 y2 जो वैल्यूज है, विल गेट इट फ्रॉम दीज टू इक्वेशंस. ओके, आफ्टर सॉल्विंग दीज टू इक्वेशंस आई विल बी गेटिंग x का वैल्यू क्या है, y का वैल्यू क्या है. ठीक है. So once I get the value of x1, x2, y1, y2, my first task is to plot it on the number line. तो ये मेरा नंबर लाइन है, दिस इज माई प्लस इन्फिनिटी, ये मेरा माइनस इन्फिनिटी, मान लो ये मेरा जीरो है. ठीक है. तो once I plot the points on the number line, let's say this is my x1, this is my x2, this is my y1, this is my y2. So while comparing between x and y, I need to make sure that for each and every single value of x and for each and every single value of y, if you think option A is right, then option A gets satisfied. तो x का हर एक वैल्यू के लिए, x का हर एक वैल्यू के लिए और y का हर एक वैल्यू के लिए, ठीक है, ठीक है, तो और y का हर एक वैल्यू के लिए ऑप्शन ए अगर तुम सोच रहे हो कि सही है, तो फिर वो सेटिस्फाई करेगा. तो if you think option A is right, then x1 should be less than y1, x1 should be less than y2, x2 should be less than y1, x2 should be less than y2. ओके, तो x1 और x2 के हर एक वैल्यू के लिए ये, और y1 और y2 के हर एक वैल्यू के लिए ऑप्शन ए सही होगा. तो अगर मान लो कि ऑप्शन ए सही है, अगर मान लो कि ऑप्शन ए सही है, देन x1 और x2 y1 और y2 के लेफ्ट में होंगे। x1 और x2 y1 और y2 के लेफ्ट में होंगे, मतलब ये जो पूरा x1 और x2 है और ये जो y1 और y2 है, ये x1 x2 y1 y2 के लेफ्ट में होंगे। अगर मान लो कि x इज ये सिनेरियो एक्सप्लेन करता है x लेस देन y। अगर मान लो, ठीक है राहुल, ओके, सो अगर मान लो कि ऑप्शन बी, अगर मान लो कि ऑप्शन बी is the right answer, then this is the scenario. अगर मान लो ऑप्शन ए is the right answer, then x1 x2 is going to be on the right hand side, ठीक है। तो अगर मान लो कि ऑप्शन ए अगर राइट है तो फिर y1 y2 यहाँ पर, x1 x2 यहाँ पर, ठीक है। x1 x2 होगा मेरा y1 y2 के लेफ्ट राइट में। अगर मान लो कि x इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल्स टू y, इसका ये मतलब है कि ये जो x1 और ये जो y2 है, ये दोनों कोइंसिडेंट होगा। जैसे कि मान लो कि ये सिनेरियो y1 y2 और x2, यहाँ पर x1 और y2 का जो वैल्यू है वो सेम है, ठीक है। और x लेस देन इक्वल्स टू y मतलब क्या होगा कि अगर मान लो कि ये मेरा x1 है, ठीक है, ये मेरा x1 है और ये मेरा x2 है और ये मेरा y1 और ये मेरा y2, तो y1 और x2 का जो वैल्यू है वो सेम है और x1 का जो वैल्यू है वो y1 और y2 से छोटा है, देन ऑप्शन डी इज ट्रू। बट अगर मेरा x1 और x2 के बीच y1 या फिर y2 या फिर दोनों एक साथ लाई करता है, then option E is right. So if I find one particular scenario where between two values of x I am finding at least one value of y, then I'll go to option E. Okay, clear? Clear guys? So if I find that कि x1 और x2 के वैल्यू के बीच में, after plotting x1 x2 y1 and y2 on the number line, if I find that at least one value of y is lying between x1 and x2, then option E will hold true. Now here first I need to find out the values of x. So the values of x is going to be how much? 4x square minus 8x plus x minus 2. So x is equals to 2 and minus 1 by 4. And y is equal to how much? It is going to be equals to minus 2 and 1. So basically I just need to plot the values of x and y on the number line. So it will be 2 minus 1 by 4, and here I have minus 2 and 1. So basically between the values of x I am getting one value of y, hence option E is right. Okay, so if I find between two values of x, if I find one value of y, then that very moment I need to say that key option E is right. I cannot conclude that option A, B, C or D is right. Okay, clear guys? Okay, so guys, that's it for today's session, and I hope you were able to take something out of it. And thanks a lot for being so participative. And I'll be taking much more, like some more sessions on MACT in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to follow me and if you want to stay updated about all my classes that I'm taking, then you can follow me on Unacademy. Just search Sharma Kundu, that's me, on Unacademy, and you can follow me there. Okay. So guys, thanks a lot. So I'll hope to see you in the next class. So till then, good night. Bye.